Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to Love, Light and Power. So July 2025 has a message just for you. And for that, I have divided this reading into 3 piles. So you can pick a pile using your intuition. So for pile number 1, we have Message in a Bottle, card number 15, with this lovely crystal, the green Aventurine. For pile number 2, we have the card Poised, with this lovely crystal, the rose quartz. And the numbers 48 on the card. For pile number 3, we have the card Breathe, along with this crystal, beautiful crystal, Lapis Lazuli. And the numbers 29 on this card. So you can pick the pile, the card or the crystal that you're drawn towards the most based on your intuition. And the timestamps are given in the description box below. Also for any reason, if you are unable to choose based on your intuition, you can also choose the pile based on the zodiac signs that I've divided amongst these 3 piles. And these zodiac signs you can choose either based on your sun sign, your moon sign, or your ascendant, or the sign in your chart which has the most number of planets. So whichever sign you associate yourself with the most, you can choose your pile based on that sign as well. So without any further ado, let's just dive into your reading. Hey pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So you were drawn towards this pile because you have chosen this card, Message in a Bottle, which is number 15. Or you may have been drawn to this crystal, which is the green Aventurine. Or you may have chosen this pile based on your zodiac sign, which is Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces. So let's quickly start with your reading. I'll pull out the tarot cards first. For pile number 1, we have the 9 of Cups, King of Swords, Page of Cups, 5 of Cups reversed, 9 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Knight of Swords, 5 of Wands, and the King of Cups in the middle. So right off the bat, intuitively, what I got for the month of July for you is that it's kind of bringing me this weird mix of push and pull kind of energy for you. This feeling that we are halfway through the year and some things are flowing quite well, but others feel like they are dragging or they seem to be unclear. So we'll first take a look at your first card that you chose, which is Message in a Bottle. Now, what is this telling me is that July onwards, you are going to receive some kind of a sign or unexpected communication. And of course, this does not necessarily mean a literal bottle which will wash up on the shore for you, but more like a call, a text, a dream, or for that matter, even a random post. You're just scrolling through and it just hits you right in the gut. That is the kind of feeling I'm getting. And you'll get to know, this is for me, this message is for me. So pay attention. Spirit is trying to reach you through something that might seem small, but it's going to open up something big. So that is what, I'm feeling for you from this card. As far as the crystal, the green Aventurine, I have a feeling that you're going to go through some kind of your heart chakra opening or activation in the month of July. So that is surely happening for you in the month of July. pile number 1. I don't know, it's not focusing. I'm trying to focus the crystal and the card, but for some reason it's just not focusing. I don't know why. So that's the thing. So I feel there's going to be some kind of a heart chakra activation for you as well, pile number 1. Now we'll jump into your tarot cards. Next up, we have the 9 of Cups. So this card, this is that wish fulfillment energy. So you've been quietly hoping for something, maybe even convincing yourself not to hope too much because of past disappointments. But this is a sign that what you want is not only valid, it's within reach. You're closer than you think. So that's the feeling I get from this card, and I intuitively felt like keeping this King of Cups right in the center for you. And now I just realized we have the the heart chakra activation that I felt for you. I don't know, maybe that's the reason this King of Cups came right in the center for you. Now, with this King of Swords and the Page of Cups energy, you might be in a phase where you're trying to stay rational and on top of things emotionally. But deep down, something soft is bubbling up. Some of you may get an apology or an unexpected message, which is again, connecting me with this card. So this could be an unexpected message from someone younger or more emotionally immature. So does not necessarily mean, someone younger to you biologically, but could be emotionally immature as well. Others are being nudged to let that creative emotional side speak. So whether that's writing, creating, or just feeling again, that's the kind of energy I'm getting for you from these two cards. Now with this combination of the 5 of Wands with the 5 of Cups reverse. Now I do not take 5 cards in the reverse, but for some reason, I don't know why this card came out reverse, and I felt maybe then we should just go ahead with it. So this combination is giving me this very, it's sounding very interesting. You're coming out of a phase of conflict, either some kind of external drama with others or just an internal tug of war. And the reversal of 5 of Cups is showing this healing over here. So you're finally ready to stop staring at what went wrong and look at what's still standing. So this part of the reading feels like you're getting your power back after a period of either guilt, loss, or just overthinking situations where you felt you had no control over. So that's the message I'm getting from these two cards. Now next up we have the 9 of Pentacles. Now this is your comeback moment. This is I don't need to prove myself anymore energy. So you've worked hard, and even if others don't notice or value it, you are stepping into your self-worth and your independence. So finances may start to stabilize also for some of you, or you'll get an opportunity that reminds you that you've got this. So there seems to be some kind of an opportunity also for some of you wherein you might feel that yes, now on you can be self-sufficient, you can be independent as well financially. So that's what is coming up for some of you. Now we have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Now with this, something new is calling to you, and this could be an idea. It could also be a trip. Again, a message. Again, I'm getting that feeling, a message. Or for some of you, it could also be some creative project or a passion project. So, and once it comes, things may move fast. So there's some kind of urgency in this energy, but it's not rushed. It seems focused to me for whatever reason. It does not seem reckless. So just make sure you're not leaping into something without grounding it. So there should be some kind of a practical plan, not just jump into something. And there's a fine line between, excitement and impulsiveness. So you should understand where that fine line is, So do not impulsively jump into something. And finally, at the center of all this, we have the King of Cups. So to sum it all up, this is like emotional maturity, balance, inner calm. So whatever chaos July and the rest of 2025 may throw your way, you are learning how to hold your ground without shutting down. So for some, this might also be a powerful masculine figure or a healer, a mentor, or even a romantic partner who shows up from a more emotionally grounded space. That could be the case. And altogether, pile 1 feels like a story of emotional healing that is coming in for you in the month of July, stepping into your personal power and being open to unexpected blessings. That's that's this clear journey from confusion and conflict to clarity, confidence, and deeper emotional connection with yourself and possibly with someone else. That's your story for the month of July, pile number 1. So I'll also pull out a few oracle cards for you, pile number 1. Let's see what blessings or guidance that is coming in for you. I'll pull one from this deck as well. And we'll read all of them together. One go. Pile number 1. So the first card says spiritual career. Oh, so it sounds interesting. Maybe some of you are transitioning into some kind of a spiritual career. Maybe you are called towards doing something in the spiritual field. So that could be a specific message for some of you. May not resonate with all. Then next up we have non-duality. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. So that is a guidance coming in for you for the month of July, pile number 1. You're being asked to be your authentic self and adopt a non-duality approach. That's your message. Then next up we have look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. So you're being asked to just look at the entire bigger picture. If things have been difficult for you so far, you're being asked to look at it from a higher perspective, and probably you will understand the reason behind it. So that is another guidance card that's come through for you. And the last one to finish it all, a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. So that's an amazing card to end with your reading, pile number 1. And also, if I'm probably getting this feeling that if some of you have started on some kind of a passion project or something that you're looking for, some kind of an outcome of you've given some kind of an exam, a test or anything, because we had the 5 of Wands also, which kind of indicates that some of you may have appeared for some kind of an exam or test or something where you're looking for, waiting for results. Again, we have message in a bottle as well. So a lot of these, signs, synchronicities telling me that a win-win outcome is forecast. So wait for that good news, which is coming in for you quickly. We have the Knight of Swords as well. So it's coming in quickly for you. So pile number 1, I close my reading here. So somewhere I feel that this energy, it feels like it was long overdue, this breakthrough that was meant to come for you. So if this reading gave you those goosebumps or hit home, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe or share this with someone who needs a little clarity for the rest of their year. And remember, just because the first half of 2025 was tough doesn't mean that's how the story ends. So with that, I'll close my reading here. Lots of love, light, power to all of you, pile number 1. Welcome, pile number 2, to your reading for the month of July 2025. So you may have chosen this pile because you were drawn towards this card, which is Poised, number 48. Or you may have been drawn to this crystal, which is the rose quartz. Or you may have chosen this pile number 2, because your zodiac sign could be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio or Aquarius. So let's quickly pull out a few tarot cards for you, and then we will dive into your reading. So pile number 2, we have the Devil, Queen of Swords, the Star, 5 of Pentacles, the World, 3 of Pentacles, Justice, 8 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. Alright, pile 2, let's see what we've got going on for you for July 2025. So first up, we have the card Poised. Now, actually, I love this card for you, and I am considering it as the main theme because that's the card that you chose. So this card says you are ready, even if you don't feel like it, even if your to-do list says otherwise, even if you're waiting for that perfect time. So this is that moment right before that big leap. So I'm getting that feeling, when you're just about to click that send button on an important email, or right about the time when you're walking into that conversation that you were trying to avoid all this while. So this is that moment. You are ready. That is what is coming up for you for the month of July, pile number 2. Now, next up, we have the Devil card. So, yes. Now, let's talk about this Devil card. So, this is the card of patterns, habits, attachments, or toxic, sticky situations, which are not good for us, and we know about it. But we anyways, keep going back to those situations. Now, this could be anything from, say, procrastination, people pleasing, to even staying in a job or a relationship or a situation because it just feels comfortable, even if it drains you. So, how sometimes we say, I don't have a choice. So, this card gently challenges that. You do have a choice, but it might mean giving up control or facing something uncomfortable. So now let's look at this, the other 2 cards which have the Queen of Swords and the Star. Now these 2 together, you are cutting through illusion and finding hope again. The Queen of Swords and the Star card. So the Queen of Swords doesn't sugarcoat things. She's like that one friend who tells you the truth. She says it kindly but directly. This could also mean you're setting up boundaries. You know your worth, and you don't allow people to take you for granted anymore. That could also be the case. And the Star is your reminder that healing is possible. That thing you thought might never change, that is shifting. And for some of you, this could also mean clarity in a tough situation, especially around communication, boundaries, or finally expressing what you've been holding in. That could also be the case for you. So now next up we have the 5 of Pentacles. Now this is the real talk, okay? This card shows up when we feel left out, unsupported, or like things are, just not clicking for us. It can also mean some kind of financial hardship, or feeling like you are on your own emotionally. So that is the feeling. Now this is all, when you feel, it can also bring in this feeling of, feeling abandoned. That could also be the case. So, but here's what I want you to know. This card doesn't say you are alone. It says you feel that way. Right? So that's what this card is, when you connect it with this Devil also. You need to understand you are feeling it that way, and it's okay to admit it. Because the minute you accept and you admit, that is when you're able to release that kind of a, feeling or a situation. Now, but you also need to remember that support is closer than you think. You just may need to ask for it or shift who you are depending on. This could also be like the Devil card says, codependence also. So, you'll have to kind of shift your way of thinking, or, who you rely on in times of hardships, or, in times of need. Then we've got the World and the Three of Pentacles. So this is the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, the World is a completion card. Something is wrapping up, closing down, maybe, a karmic cycle, or even a mindset that you've finally outgrown, some kind of a mindset, limiting belief system, anything. And the Three of Pentacles says collaboration, rebuilding, being seen for what you're good at. So you might be moving into a space professionally or emotionally where people actually appreciate you. Or you may realize you've outgrown environments where you've had to constantly prove your worth. So you're moving away from that feeling to this, there's a completion, there's a karmic completion happening over here for this kind of feeling, this kind of limiting belief system within you. And then we have the Justice and the Eight of Cups. So this is that very I'm done kind of an energy, but it's in the best way possible. Some of you are walking away from a situation that's been unfair for some time. Maybe something you've even tolerated for quite some time. And now you're choosing to prioritize balance. So you're not leaving in anger or resentment. You're walking away because it just doesn't fit anymore. So it's like trying to squeeze into your jeans that used to fit you. Maybe, you were way younger, but now just makes you more miserable. So this card is giving me that kind of a feeling. So just let it go. Something better is waiting on the other side. And right at the center of this reading, we got the Two of Pentacles. So this is the card of juggling, trying to keep it all together and wondering when it's all going to slow down. But I don't think July seems to be a slowing down period for you in any manner. Some of you are managing too much, and July might push you to choose, where do I need to simplify? What's actually worth my time and energy? Again, I can again connect with this Five of Pentacles, the Devil, the Star, which is bringing in a lot of healing in the month of July, the World, which is completing that karmic cycle. So this is that moment when you realize just because you can do it all doesn't mean you should. So then you also have to kind of bring about a sense of balance and harmony in your life. And that is what you understand in the month of July. So that's what your reading is for the month of July, pile number 2. And here's the truth. You're on the edge of something really empowering, but it's going to ask you to release what's been weighing you down all this while. And trust that what's coming next is actually meant for what you're becoming or who you're becoming next. Now I'll pull out a few oracle cards. Just, we can get an understanding of whether if there's further guidance coming in, or maybe blessings for the month of July for you, pile number 2. So I'll pull out 2 cards from this deck. One card from this deck. And one card from this deck. So, we again got the same card. This was for pile number 1 as well. So it says spiritual career. I think a major part of the collective is shifting into some kind of a spiritual career, and it could be a side hustle also for some of you. Because I can relate to this, because for me it is a side hustle. I do tarot readings, but that's my that's my side hustle. I do something else from on the weekdays. I'm a full-time working professional, but I do this as my hobby, and I do it as a side hustle because I really love doing this. So I can see a lot of you are shifting into this, and y'all are doing it on a gradual basis. Maybe this would start with something which you're doing temporary, maybe on the weekends or when you have time. but I guess gradually you might just shift full time into this career, and just take what resonates. Does not mean that it applies to all of you. The next card, sanctity. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. So this is telling me that you're being guided to, maybe for some of you who believe in Lord Hanuman, you are asked to, if you have any issue or something, then you can definitely pray to him, ask for his guidance, and ask for his help. If there is any problem, there is any issue, he is there always to help. And do believe me that Lord Hanuman, the energy of Lord Hanuman is the closest to the physical 3D world. So the minute you ask him for help, he actually comes down and he helps you. And this is true because I have experienced it. So that is a guidance card that has come up for some of you. Nothing is yet set in stone. So this is again, maybe your angel spirit guides are telling you that nothing is set in stone. In fact, for this pile, I chose the fixed signs, and for some reason you're getting this message that nothing is yet set in stone. So yes, if there is something that you feel has reached its conclusion, that's not the case. That's not the full and final word. And the last card, confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. So you are being asked to, yes, work on your confidence and self-esteem. Maybe I'm connecting it with the Five of Pentacles. There could be low self-esteem, confidence issues for some of you. So you're being motivated and given that push to up your confidence, because you are the right, you are the right people who are good enough to do what you are, you've set out for. So that's your reading, pile number 2 for the month of July. And if this resonated, even just one part of it, just tell me in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's been feeling that same emotional tug of war that you've been going through. And you've done that hard part. The rest, July 2025 is going to be the beginning for something good coming into your life. So with that, I'll close my reading here. Lots of love, light, power, and magic to you all. Welcome, pile number 3. So you chose this pile because you were drawn to this card, which says breathe, number 29. Or you may have chosen this pile because you were drawn to this crystal, which is the lovely Lapis Lazuli. Or you may have chosen this pile because you may have chosen it based on your zodiac sign, which could have been Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. So without any further ado, let's just pull out the tarot cards for you first. So, pile number 3, we have 4 of Cups, the Knight of Wands, 7 of Wands, King of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the center card we have is the King of Cups. Let's quickly jump into your reading. First up, we have the breathe card. So pile number 3, you're already being told to take a deep breath in and relax. Now this card comes up when your nervous system has been running the show. That is what the feeling I'm getting. Pile number 3, you might have been in a go-go mode, like getting everything done, and or you may have been stuck in some kind of low-grade anxiety. The sense of that low-grade anxiety when everything feels a bit too much, like even the small stuff. That is the feeling that I'm getting from this card. So this card's basically spirit whispering, just take a deep breath in and exhale. So you don't have to fix everything at once. You just have to be there. You just have to be aware of the present moment at times. So right away, I get the sense that July is asking you to slow down just enough to actually feel your way through things instead of running around on autopilot. So that's the feeling I'm getting from your first card. Now we'll move on to the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups, this one always, it makes me think of when you're scrolling endlessly on your phone and someone offers you something really great, but you almost miss it because you just checked out. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. So this card is that moment where the universe is like, hello, I'm literally trying to hand you something better, but you're focused on what you didn't get. That's the feeling I get from this card. So check in with yourself. Are you emotionally numbing out, distracted, or maybe just so tired you're not seeing the good that's right in front of you? What the universe is offering you. And then next up we have the Knight of Wands with the Seven of Wands. So now this is, this is spicy because the Knight of Wands is bold, fast moving, wants change yesterday, not even today. That's the kind of energy. And the Seven of Wands, that's the defensive energy. So here's the story. You're ready to take action, maybe finally chase something you've been thinking about for months, but then there's resistance. And this could be resistance from people around you also. Could be the case. Or it could also be your own inner voice saying, what if it doesn't work? That could also be the case. But your spirit's kind of cheering you on here. Like, yeah, it is risky, but it's also part of your growth. So if it's worth doing, it's probably going to stretch you. But that's the, message that's coming across from these two cards. Now we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is, this is a solid card. This is your reminder that no matter what's shifting emotionally or creatively, you are capable of creating real stability. So for some of you, this is about money or career, either wanting to level up or questioning if you are ready to build something long term. That could be the case. And I'm getting this strong feeling that July will bring a moment where you'll need to decide. You may have to decide, do I want comfort or do I want expansion? So you don't have to choose recklessness, but don't settle for playing small either. That's the decision you'll have to take. Now, next up we have the Eight of Cups. And, let's just be honest. This card is really an easy card. You're walking away from something emotionally, spiritually, maybe even physically. Something you thought would fulfill you, but it didn't. And even if part of you feels guilty for leaving it behind, there's this quiet knowing, I can't stay here anymore. So it could be an old dream, a relationship, or even a version of yourself. But, here's the powerful part. Look what's next, because you have the Nine of Cups. And this is your wish fulfillment card. This is emotional satisfaction, the kind that, feels like exhaling after a long hike. So you may not know exactly how you're going to get what you want, but leaving what's not for you is the first door. So this card is your sign that the month of July could be surprisingly fulfilling once you clear space for it. Now next up we have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So, I just love this combo because both are kind of fresh beginnings, something new. So the page is like, this page is like the student ready to start something new. And the ace is like your pure creative fire. So some of you are going to get a new offer, idea, or an opportunity that, that could light you up. So it could be a course, a job, a passion project, or even just a conversation that could, plant that seed. So this is about starting fresh with curiosity, but not with pressure. So it is something which is going to, really be enjoyable. And you don't have to have it all figured out. At least just start, give it a try. And at the center of this whole thing is the King of Cups. Now, this is you stepping into emotional depth without drowning in it. So, the King of Cups, he's balanced, calm, compassionate, but he's not naive. You might be learning how to hold your own emotions and support others without absorbing their chaos or their negative emotions. So whether this shows up through a deeper connection with someone or just you learning to respond instead of reacting, this is that powerful growth. So all in all, pile number 3, here's the thing. You're not behind. You're not late. You're just being invited to move from that autopilot mode to purpose. So that's your reading. Now I'll pull out some cards, from the other oracle decks. And we'll see whether there's some guidance coming through for you, pile number 3 for July. Or it could also be blessings coming in for you. Sorry. I don't believe this. This is the 3rd time this card has come. For all the 3 piles, I got the same card. This is the card Spiritual Career, number 78. And again, I'm repeating the same thing. I have a feeling that a lot of you in the month of July, for a lot of you, for a major part of the collective, I think people are moving more towards spirituality. And for a lot of you, y'all are trying to move into a spiritual career gradually. So you may just take up something in the spiritual field, spiritual or healing field, and that could be like you might take it up as a side hustle initially, despite your, your 9 to 5 or your regular profession that you are anyways into currently. You might just take this up as a side hustle and you might just go ahead and get into it full time, somewhere down the line. So that is coming up for you for the month of July, pile number 3. We have next up worth. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So this is like a kind of confirmation from the higher beings, your spirit guides, your angels, telling you that you are, you are love yourself. You are worthy, and you need to recognize that within you. You are surely worthy, and you need to improve your, the outlook towards yourself. You need to understand. You need to up your self-worth. That is the message coming across from your spirit guides and angels. Then next up we have a new start is coming. So this is connecting with the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, which is clearly telling us that there is a new beginning coming in for you, and this could well be in the month of July. It could also be related to the spiritual career for some of you. So there's a new start which is coming in. And last but not the least, a win-win outcome is forecast. Again, this is a repeating card. So clearly, if you're beginning on something new in the month of July, or you're waiting for some kind of news or something coming in for you, then you're being told there's a win-win outcome for this. If you're starting on something, say possibly a healing career, spiritual career, or there's a new passion project that you are beginning with, then you're being told that eventually there's a win-win outcome which is forecast. And that's your reading, pile number 3 for the month of July 2025. If something in this reading hit home, let me know in the comments. And if you want more guidance like this, go ahead and like, subscribe, or share this with someone who's in that same space of I know there's more for me. So that's your reading for the month of July, and lots of love, light, power, and magic to you all.